Hello, this is Stephanie here with the Phillipsburg Free Public Library, and today I'm going to be leading you through our February Take and Make craft. This month we're going to make a love banner for Valentine's Day. If you picked up one of our craft kits, included in that kit is going to be some twine, some fabric tape around a popsicle stick here, some jute webbing, a heart stencil, some white paint, red felt with an adhesive backing, an alphabet stencil, and a foam brush. You will need a pair of scissors and a pen to complete this craft. You may also want to have a ruler on hand, and also if you would like, if you happen to have a hot glue gun, you might want to use that instead of the fabric tape that we've included. It's up to you. Okay, so the first step in this craft, which I've already sort of done here, and I'm just going to be doing one section of this love banner rather than leading through the whole thing, but you're going to want to take this jute webbing and you're going to want to cut it into 4 equal sized pieces about 7 inches long. Once you've done that, you're going to take this jute webbing, you're going to fold it in half so that the corners meet here. And this is where your ruler is going to come in. About 2 inches from the bottom on the folded side. So you're going to take a look here. That's about 2 inches in. So you might want to measure that. What you're going to do is cut from here towards the nearest outside corner. So this is kind of a stiff material. You want to make sure that it stays in place when you do that cutting. So cut straight to the outside corner. And then you can discard this extra little piece. And then there's one section of your little banner where you're going to be putting one of your letters. So for now, we're going to set that aside, and we're going to set aside our ruler, and we're going to bring over this piece of red felt with the adhesive backing. You're going to put it felt side down, adhesive side up, and you're going to trace. When you do this, you're going to do 4 of these hearts. I'm just going to do 1 for here. So just go ahead and trace that heart. My pen isn't working so well here. There we go. Trace the heart on the adhesive side where that backing is, on your felt. Okay. And then go ahead and cut out your heart. So you're going to do this 4 times. Okay. And then you're going to bring this piece of the jute webbing back over. And unfortunately, my nails are not terribly long right now, so I'm having some trouble getting this adhesive backing off of the felt here. All right, there we go. All right, so once you've removed that adhesive backing, you're going to take this heart and probably maybe like 3/4 of an inch up from this little point right down here. You're going to stick that right onto the webbing, press it down, make sure it's on there really good. And then once you've done this with all 4 pieces of your banner, you're going to take your foam brush and your paint, and then you're going to grab your stencil that's been provided. And kind of the fun thing with this is that not everyone is going to have the same font. It's going to be luck of the draw, whichever one you get. All right, so then I'm going to do the E here because I've already done the L, O, and V for my banner, which you'll see in a moment. And you want to put that letter right in the middle of the heart, and then dip your foam brush in the paint. And this is where you want to make sure that you have enough paint on here that the felt isn't going to just suck up all of that paint, because it is a pretty deep fabric. So you want to put enough on there that the paint shows up, but you don't want to put so much that it starts going through one of the letters next to it, like through this this D right here. You don't want it showing up anywhere else on your felt heart. So once you've got enough on there, set that brush aside and carefully lift up the stencil. Perfect. So you're going to do that with your L, your V, and your E. After you've done that, make sure that you give this enough time to dry completely. Once your paint has dried, and you can see here why I recommended that you put it on relatively thick, because you can see that the paint has faded a little bit as it's dried. But once your paint is completely dry, what you're going to do here is take this fabric tape that we have provided, or like I said here, you might want to go ahead and use a hot glue gun if you have one. Flip your little piece of the jute webbing over here, and you want to cut a piece of this tape that's not quite as wide as the width of that webbing there. Cut that piece off and then stick it right across the top. Okay, and like I said, I already started one of our banners here, so the E is the last piece to put on here. Let me flip this over. Okay, and again, if you're using hot glue, or even you might even be able to use Elmer's glue on this, you would put it across the same spot where I'm putting this fabric tape, and then you peel. Oh, hold on, tape is coming up with it. And again, this is a little bit tricky because you want to make sure that you pull up the backing here and leave the tape in place. Let's try this side. Okay, there we go. We finally got it. So the tape is going to be clear on here, and you just pull this white backing off. And then you want to fold this over where the twine is. Try to make sure that you don't actually get the twine stuck to the tape. And then you want to press that down really, really well. And what I would recommend after you've done this with all 4 pieces is to probably put a heavy book across them to continue to apply that pressure to make sure that it's stuck on there really well, and to flatten out these individual pieces of webbing, because depending on how they are stored, they might be a little bit curly. So you want to flatten them out. That's going to help the fabric tape to stick a little bit better. But once you're done with that, then you can hang this up in your home and have a nice little Valentine's Day decoration. So once again, thank you so much for joining us this month for our Take and Make craft. We'll be back again in March with another craft. I'm really excited to share that with you. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful February, and we'll see you next month.